This day 165 Zohar Pshat. Fascinating Zohar today. Daf Yud Samad Aleph. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines in the bottom. Actually, the second, this last one in the line after it says Vaychi Reish Tes Vav says Barnash. This week, this first of all was Hakadama. This is Ramban at the end of Bereishis. Very famous Ramban because it's very esoteric, kabbalistic, and cryptic about how Yaakov Avinu lo mace and how tzaddik and like as well as Eliyahu Novi can be poshet tzura v'lovesh tzura. When they go up to Shamayim, they take off kabiyachol whatever bodies they have and hang them into the closet, and then they could put them back on at will when they want to come down to this world. And so tzaddikim able to do in the when after their he was not niftar, but even saying like Yaakov and others, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, Rabbi Rabbeinu HaKadosh can do after they die. They can put back bodies and come down into this world. And this seems to be very similar to what the Zohar is saying here, and perhaps the source for the Ramban. So it says here, by Nash Tata, the individual down here when he's alive, a human being, he has a specific countenance and image. And it's no, he's not in the same fashion as they exist on high, the Malachim. Tzur of Yukna de El, the Tzir and Yukon on top, Mitztarim b'Tzireim, K'mod Havion, they take their form in their countenances with as they are, below Mabush Achlan Sayora. They're abstract. They don't have another garment. The raiment, I think, is a fancy English word, which seems more appropriate. They have another raiment with which they take a form. That's why they're permanent. In other words, that's why they're eternal, and they don't die, because they have no form which defines them when they're in Shamayim. Now, this is now between Parshas Vayer and Parshas V'chayesora, in Parshas Shavua, and in Parshas Vayer, of course, Malachim take on human form. And the question is, according to the Rambam, do they actually take on human form? They don't. They appear in Nevuah. According to Ramban, they actually do take on human form. So even Malachim can take on forms, very similar to what the Ramban says at the end of Sefer Bereishis. But in their basic default state, they have no form. They're defined by some spiritual countenance, not by a physical form, which is the raiment which they might take on when they come down here below. The Nitzutzi Oros adds here, the Shama can't exist in this world without a goof. And perhaps even Malachim, they can't exist in this world without a goof. So it says that they can't exist in another way. Well, so where does it say that? Next line. Okay, let's wait till we see that. So Tzura on the Tatum is time, but Tzura de Balbusha. On the other hand, the Tzura of a person down here below only can be depicted in the depiction of the raiment which they wear. Below Begavna Achra, not in any other way, shape, or form. So therefore, the way he explains it, therefore, I assume it means the Malachim have no existence in this world, but I'm not sure about that. I think that he actually means that human beings can exist in this world without having some form of raiment, and therefore they have to have the nefesh enclosed in this goof. Which is temporary. And therefore, they exist in this world in a temporary form, not in a permanent form. Now, fascinating thing. Every night, the ruach extricates itself from this malbush. Right? This is why I ever say, I give my ruach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu every night, and it goes up to Shamayim. Obviously, the nefesh remains with the goof, otherwise the goof would actually expire. The ruach goes up to Shamayim, which is why the ruach can have a spiritual experience of dreams and such like. And yesterday, and of course, for the past few days, you mentioned Eish Ochel Eish, and we said that is the fire, the Chatzir, right, which is something which is not for this world, but exists for the world to come, and to be able to have the full impact. And this the Ruach every day goes up to Shamayim, and part of it is consumed. In other words, the eternal part is consumed by the Eish Ochel Eish. There is this element of its accomplishment in this world, which feeds into its eternity. It's a beautiful mashal. Osiris had to come in, and then it comes back like it was previously. Mitzrayim b'Lushayu, and it's depicted in its Levush below. Begin kach leis lon kiyuma kina dudeo. That's why we have no permanence like the Malachim on high, like the countenances of Malachim on high. Padoksiv chadashinu karim. And therefore, that's why it says we're renewed every morning. Because although the body has aged in a day, another day, but the point is that the Ruach had to come back afresh. The Ruach went up to Shamayim and came back down below. Shechazarta be nishmasi. And b'nei nasha de'inu chadashim b'chol yoma. People are new every day. My time on what's we say in Modani, Rabba munasecha. Very great is your trustworthiness, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Rabba below zero. It's great and not small. Rabba munasecha vadai. Certainly a great trustworthiness. Rabba the yachlo lenatlo kol alma, because the fire on high, which is evidently the area where the neshamas go every night. I know, but it's not a physical area necessarily, but that is an area of emunah. That's the place where we derive our emunah from, because we have that connection to Shamayim. And they're not talking about intellectual emunah here, but a emunah which is embedded deep in the Jewish soul. It could be in everybody's soul, I don't know, but we're talking about the Jewish soul. That area is Yachla Nafla Komi Alma, could take all the people of the world, Klau Lamegava, and include them there, Ilav Tata, Asar Rav Sagi. It's a place of which is great and extensive. Either the color Kula, it can include everything, but Lo Yisma'Allah, Yatir, it's not overfilled. Of course not. Razada, and the secret of this is a different metaphor. Before we had Esho Chalesh, now we have All Neshamos, folk go back to this place in Shamayim every night, and it doesn't get full. As they got Biyama, they go to the sea, Biyama Natilon, and the sea takes them, includes them within it, and it doesn't get filled. We'll start upping. Of course, I'm not sure if it were to get filled, but that's perhaps the gula would come. I don't know exactly, but in any event, perhaps it never gets filled. The point is that there's this tremendous place which is called Emunah Secha, and Emunah, again, the Emunah not of intellectual inquiry, but the Emunah of the intrinsic connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which the neshama possesses. And Apilam Kadmin, and then in the morning, there you go out like they were previously. Vaza, and they go out. And this is the idea of Rabba Munasecha. So there's the amazing idea that the place in Shamayim when the Shamas go is called the place of great emunah, and it transcends all humankind. Again, I'm not very sure there are Jews specifically or humans in general, but in any event, the point is that just like Malachim have eternal neshama, but doesn't take on a bodily form, it doesn't wear out. So too, we have eternal neshama in bodily form, which eventually going to wear out. But every night we have that connection over and over again. There's a lot to unpack there, but we're getting close to our deadline, so we'll stop here.